All right. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Donovan Saadiq. I'm the Inland Empire Informer. I'm on my desktop. That's why I'm looking up. Over here in California, Hollywood is my background for today. That's a green screen, by the way. Of course, you guys know that by now. This is where I try to tell you what's going on in the Inland Empire and any news that might be relevant. Today is my 50th birthday. Why is that so relevant? To be a black man in America, to make it to 50 is celebratory. Trust me, it is a big, big deal. So let me take off my glass. I keep doing that. It's a very, very big deal. Thank you guys for all the birthday wishes and the birthday curses and all that other good stuff. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Got some, my girl Shantae is always giving me birthday shout outs. Thank you, Shantae. You could, text me a picture of the cat for my birthday. You know I love animals. Thank you, Nairon. I appreciate it. But what I want to talk about really quick, today on the War Zone, we are going to be talking to college legend, the state of Texas, Tennessee Titan, NFL quarterback, Vince Young. That's going to be today on the War Zone. So if you get a chance to check it out, even if you miss it, it's going to be archived. So, check it out on YouTube, and it'll be on this page and all that other good stuff. Shantae says, he just got home from the vet. Oh, no, what happened? You didn't cut him, did you? You cut his thing off. He has nothing to live for. I did it to my cat, so hell with it. So, and a lot of people believe that when you neuter a cat or spay a cat, it's going to stop them from spraying. It doesn't stop them from spraying. Okay, it just stops them from making additional cats. So, but kudos to you for if he got fixed. Oh, his wellness visit. Okay, good, good. Them damn animals have better insurance than we do. It's sad. It's just a sad situation. So, Misty's vet check is coming up too, and I mean every year I get the crap kicked out of me. So anyway, but I want to talk about real quick before I bore the hell out of you guys is I just got my shareholder meeting notification from Chevron. Okay. And this is where, they tell me what's going on with the company, where we're going, what we've lost. You kind of become an insider in what's going on with a specific company. Now, this is Chevron. We have a election coming up of board members and directors and stuff. But I found it kind of funny. This is what they recommended. Now listen to this. Report on lobbying. The board recommends against it. Why wouldn't the board want to report on lobbying? Of course, I was for it. I voted for it. Create a board committee on climate risk. They're against it. I voted for it. Report on climate lobbying. They're against it. I voted for it. Report on petrochemical risk. They're against it. I'm for it. Report on human rights practices. The current board is against it. Why wouldn't you want that? I'm for it. They want to set a special meeting threshold at 10%. They're against it. I'm for that. Adopt a policy for an independent chairman. They're against it. I'm for it. Okay? It's my point about that is, thank you, Alila. Thank you very much. My point about that is, this is why we say get into stocks. And some of you guys that already have stocks, you might be voting against your very interests. I don't understand why this corporation would be against certain things that is for the betterment of everybody. The common good, as they used to call it, the common good. Fuck being a Republican, fuck being a Democrat. You're supposed to be an American first, okay? But I wanted to kind of show that as this is the kind of stuff that these corporations think about. Why would you be against that? Why would you be against a self-audit? Why, but the board also gives themselves these big compensation packages. So thus, we are where we're at. Okay, so they have these shady practices. Now they're asking for money for a bailout. Did you see what I'm saying? It's like the system is rigged, and yet it doesn't make sense to me. I'm just like, what is going on? Why wouldn't you want that? Chemicals. If the corporation spilled chemicals somewhere, wouldn't you want to know how that affects human beings and animals and things like that? So this is the kind of stuff that we're going to be talking about later on down the road, because this is the type of year where we have a lot of annual meetings and stuff. I have several stocks, as I'm sure Shantae does, and I'm very sure Lila does. And this is the problem in our politics. These corporations are now considered people. What kind of person wouldn't want checks and balances to make sure that they're not screwing up the environment? So I just wanted to read that to you, because a lot of people who don't have stocks, they don't understand what's talked to on the board and what's going on and how these people think. And usually you would be invited to the meeting, and sometimes the meetings are in Chicago, they're in Hawaii, they're down in Texas, they're in Florida, they're in all these different places. And because you own stocks and you're an owner, you get to go to that meeting and meet these people and see what's going on and actually sit in on the annual company meeting and help make these decisions. So just want to give you guys a heads up on that. It's 85 degrees out here. It feels like it's in the 90s, but it's 85 here in the desert. And again, today is my birthday. A real quick story. Not only is it my birthday, 3 days ago, I have twin uncles that were born. So I was talking to my mom last night, and my mom is the oldest of 12. Her little brothers are 3 days older than me. So basically, when she was in the hospital, her mother was in the hospital as well. And thus, I brought up the rear, my two uncles and then me. And, my poor mom, she was just like, I gotta kind of put my heart out there for her, because, I'm not saying it's embarrassing, by our standards now, I would be embarrassed, oh my God, my mom is still, I'm having a baby and my mom is having a baby. And, you know what I mean? It's just crazy. So I always have a thing with my mom, and she was telling me stories of, when I came into the world and what was going on and stuff. And my grandmother, God rest her soul, she was still telling my mom what she needed to do. I have an older brother, so my mom already had children, but she was telling my mom, push and don't worry about that. I think their rooms were right next to each other. And it was really weird because a lot of the staff would come and visit, she was saying, and they would say, oh yeah, here's the mom with the twins, and here's her daughter with the grandson. My poor mom. So a little bit about it. But again, thank you guys for the birthday wishes. Don't forget to check me out on the War Zone tonight at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And don't forget tomorrow, the Dimitra K Show. We will still be doing that. Can't wait till all this is over. You guys, let's wash our hands and do the best we can. That's all we can do. And for those of you guys that are out of work and won't be asked to come back, we're going to be talking about that. I think now is the time for a lot of us to start thinking about, doing something else, because now this is the perfect excuse for all these warehouses to bring in AI and the robots to replace us, so they don't have to worry about this ever happening again. That way, when the next pandemic happens, they don't have to lay anybody off, and their production keeps going. There you go. It makes sense now, huh? So for those of us in the Inland Empire, this is what happens when you put all your eggs in one basket. I'm Donovan, Saadiq. You guys have a great day. We'll see you guys a little bit later. Good luck.